Hi everyone, this is Cherry Enchantress, and I'm here with Pixie Dust Tarot, and this is your daily dust for Sunday, October 16th, if you're watching in real time, but it can be also for whenever you stumble upon it. We're using, again, the Everyday Witch Tarot, one of my faves, and this is kind of like countdown to Halloween, so using different kind of Halloween themed decks. And this one I colored the edge in yellow to kind of go with the sparkles, the stars in the front. So let's see what we get. I love how these shuffle. They're pretty easy. Nice and bendy. That was good. One more. I try to back shuffle. There we go. Okay. And let's see what we have. This guy keeps coming out. So death. I feel like an ancestor energy tonight. The ancestors are calling you. And the Nine of Cups, very nice. And ooh, Chariot. So some of you guys are needing a little getaway, a little excursion, a little break. Maybe it's necessary for a transformation period. So let's zoom on in and get a few more details. So this death card is saying what often death cards say. When one door closes, another one opens. And you know, it may be a little, oh yeah, and this is the one with sort of the severed thread, so cords being cut. This black cloak and hooded figure stands in the middle of a dark landscape, and a blank white porcelain mask is over his face, or her face, and it holds a silver sword poised over a fraying brown rope. And to one side is a door that's closed, and the other is a door that's open, just enough to show golden light through it. And then at the edge of the card, a black cat is running away. And the feeling of this card is grim, but there is a glimmer of hope. So don't worry, the death card always means life, you know, beginning of something. It could be an end of an era and the beginning of another. It could be an end. It could be like the end of a chapter in a book. You know, when you're reading a book, or when you're watching let's say, a Netflix series or something like that, and you're done with season 3 and you have to wait a little while for season 4 or something like that. You know, it's kind of got that energy to it, where something is closed and something is complete, but there's more to come. There's more exciting things to come. So you know, it's important to realize, though, the things that you have to let go of to make room for better things. And it does cause a bit of a transition. That's why the death card, sometimes we get a little cringy when we see it, because we know it's not going to be easy, and change is not always easy. I mean, even simple transformations, like, let's say, a physical transformation. If you're bodybuilding or if you're losing weight or whatever, it takes a certain amount of discipline, and it also takes sometimes a little sacrifice. And you heard the phrase, no pain, no gain, you know, things like that. So we know those types of changes do come with a bit of discomfort sometimes, but sometimes also within the discomfort is a bit of it's a little bit of a euphoria, like this excitement that this change is happening to your body, and you get excited. It hurts. It's almost like hurts so good, you know, it hurts, but yet because it hurts, it kind of feels good too, like, you know, you're doing something good for yourself. So I think it's kind of a mix of that. So a lot of changes like that could be happening with you. It could be, you know, harsher things, like things in your life having to do with love or career or something like that. But any whatever it is that the rebirth is going to be a good thing. It's going to be something wonderful, something exciting, something positive. You have the Nine of Cups here, so that's guaranteed. The next thing that's happening is something wonderful, like this overwhelming feeling of peace and gratitude and love. And this card in particular has kind of a self-love energy to it, but it's definitely success. And letting it all go to your head, but remembering to, in order to maintain this nice transition that you've transitioned to, it takes a still discipline. It's still a little bit of work. It's not like you lose 50 pounds and then you can just start eating cake again. It takes it's a new lifestyle. It's a new thing that you have to do. It's new things that you have to maintain. So the Nine of Cups is just joy and success and wonderful things, but there is like that caveat that there is a maintenance thing happening here. Part of your maintenance could be like mental health and finding leisure time and peaceful time, meditation time, communing with nature, going to the beach, things like that give you peace. So it used to be called the wish card, and I guess it can still be the wish is coming true. You could make a wish at the beginning of the reading, and if the Nine of Cups appears, your wish was sure to be granted. So that's how it was often used. And its presence in a reading is certainly a good sign that you have either achieved what you hope to or are well on your way to doing so. But don't get too cocky. After all, life is uncertain and wishes are tricky things. Yes, you should always take time to celebrate every achievement along the way, but the journey still continues and you still want to keep an eye out for future wishes too. And so something in the future could be traveling, and with the Nine of Cups being at the beach, that could be definitely like you could be transitioning into a beach person. You may be moving near a shore somewhere, near a port or something like that. That could be a sign for you here. The Chariot, every time I hear the card Chariot, I hear my name, Cherry, I'm like, and I perk up and I'm like, oh no, they're not saying cherry, they're saying chariot, but it makes me feel like I'm in this card, even though generally, I'm not a Cancer, or there's not anything in particular about the Chariot card that represents me in particular, but I like this one. I like the motorcycle, I like the witch with the hat. I just did a reading with my witch hat on, so it's kind of fun that this came out. This kind of gives me a Wizard of Oz vibe when you meet the Scarecrow and the Scarecrow says this way or this way, and you have to make decisions and choices. But and we often see the Chariot with a white horse and a black horse, and the message always being that you're in charge of which direction you go, and there is no wrong direction. There's just one way or another way. So it doesn't matter which direction you pick as long as you pick one and get moving. So this witch is wearing a black hat and a motorcycle jacket and riding a red motorcycle. And in the sidecar attached to the motorcycle is her black hat. There's Pumpkin. And they're stopped at a crossroads. To one side there's a black signpost with white writing that reads this way with an arrow pointing to the left, and to the other side there's a white signpost with black lettering that reads that way with an arrow pointing to the right. And the witch and the cat look thoughtful but maybe a bit puzzled, and the mood is tentatively optimistic, but either way you could have something wonderful at the end. Some Chariot cards just like bypass the hesitancy and say victory, success, triumph, luck, blah, blah, blah. And I like that this is the Cancer representing the sign of Cancer, and Cancer is a cardinal sign, which means that they're a leader, and a leadership type of people definitely have, a strong movement. But as sometimes you can see crabs is the animal that rules the sign of Cancer, and when you watch a crab scurrying across, they don't always go very straight. They kind of shift to side. So there's a bit to me of, a little bit of slow and steady wins the race, not because they're Taurus and slow, but because they're crab and they move kind of unusually, not like a ram, like an Aries would, with their head first and not even thinking about anything else but just going for it. The crab takes little side to side movements, like really feeling out the terrain before they take the next step. So, but nevertheless, the chariot is about forward movement, and it's also about staying in control of the forward movement and steering your own course toward your destiny. And life can pull you in different directions, but you get to choose which way you go. And sometimes you can say both and everything and yes and all of the above, why not? But only if making that choice doesn't cause you to veer off your path and into the ditch. It's like you could do that, and maybe in a lot of cases that's exactly what you need to do. You can have both. Or if you feel like, okay, before I can close that door, I need to have closure. I need to see it full circle. I need to really see it through. I need to really get that message, and then I can close that door and move that way. Whatever you need to do, that is really up to you in this case. And I feel like this is giving me you can have it all vibes. You can have it all, and you are in a really good position of clarity to make good decisions. And the choices probably going to feel real simple to you. So I hope you like that. Easy choices. And I'll see you again. Faith, Trust, and Pixie Dust.